Hey guys, so today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about driving in Armenia. In this first clip that you're seeing, we're on the road, I believe, from Zakatzor to Garni Temple, and as you can see, it's a little bit of a bumpy ride, even though it looks really flat. We were driving through the mountains, and it got really bumpy at times, so it's a good thing that we had some Dramamine, because we were not expecting it. So this is a clip of me going back home by Marshuka from Yerevan to Etchmiadzin. It's always a very confusing ride, especially if you're not familiar with it, because you end up going through the gyuls, or the villages, and you don't actually go into the villages, but you see them from this main highway. And so you see a lot of shack-looking buildings, you see sheep on the side of the road, you see sometimes cows crossing the street with their farmer, and then eventually you'll see apartment buildings leading up to Etchmiadzin. So it's kind of a really confusing ride because one minute I'm eating at a really nice restaurant in the Yerevan, and the next minute I see a bunch of sheep just kind of hanging out on the side of the road. And there are lots of stray dogs and stray cats on this road, especially stray dogs. And so I feel really bad when I see them because I know that it's probably even harder for them to find food in the villages than it is in the cities like Yerevan or Etchmiadzin. So I don't know. I hope that that gets resolved one day. But anyways, so as you can see now, you're starting to see more apartments, and there's that old Ferris wheel that is clearly not in use, and everything looks really dead because it is the dead of winter here. So nothing is really green, and we haven't gotten much snow, so that's been really interesting. But other than that, yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the ride back. And it takes me about a half hour if I go by taxi to go from Yerevan to Etchmiadzin, or if I take a marshuka like was there, it takes about 45 minutes. And this is me taking a taxi going into Yerevan from Etchmiadzin. So as you can see, it's a little bit of a different ride. Everybody drives stick shift in Armenia, so you will be able to see the stick shift at some point, and everybody usually has a cross or a little icon of Mary and Jesus, or just of Jesus, because it's an Orthodox Christian nation, established in 301 AD by St. Gregory the Illuminator. Folks, remember that. Anyway, so yeah, there's tons of billboards on the route from Etchmiadzin to Yerevan and the reverse direction. And I think coming up you're going to see an ad for the Lilith Hovhannisyan concert. There she is. The Lilith Hovhannisyan Dream concert that Demo and I are going to in a week or two. And yeah, so it's kind of a cool ride. There's a lot of villages, like I said, but then once you get to Yerevan, you see all of the buildings, and it kind of looks like we're in a valley or something, because you can really see the city quite well as you're driving into it. And then eventually you'll come up to that big right-hand turn, and you will see the Ararat Cognac factory on the left, and you will see the Noi vodka factory going straight on the right-hand side. So that's how you know you've made it. You are in Yerevan. You were actually in Yerevan. You didn't just cross over from the village next to it into Yerevan. You're actually like in the heart of Yerevan for the most part. And then these taxi drivers end up dropping you off at the Blue Mosque, and it is a carpool taxi actually. So it's only 400 dirham to ride from Etchmiadzin to Yerevan, and you carpool with 3 other people who you may or may not know. I don't know them, but who knows. There's the Noi vodka factory. And yeah, so it's a pretty cheap ride for 480 dirham right now. Well, I guess 486 dirham is $1. So for 400 dirham, that's under $1 for a 30-minute ride into the capital. Pretty sweet, I would say. And you don't wear a seatbelt because that's just not how they roll here in Armenia. So, you know, you can say a prayer if you want before, but your life is in your own hands. From Etchmiadzin, the carpool taxi, that's 400 dirham per person, leaves from in front of the Maidator, and if you're taking it home from Yerevan, it leaves from the corner of Mashtots and Saryan Street, very close to Pakshuka, Yerevan city. It looks like we're driving into heaven right now because of the bridge. But anyways, here we are. We've arrived in Yerevan, and they're going to pull us over by the Blue Mosque, and everyone's going to get out, and we're going to resume our days. So, yeah, pretty cool, right? I really enjoy my rides in. It used to scare me at first because of how fast Armenian drivers drive, but I guess maybe I never noticed how fast people drive because I was always in the driver's seat, and now that I live in a country where I don't have to drive. It's interesting every day getting into someone's car or someone's minibus and just riding with them. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you like our videos, please subscribe, and I hope you just stay tuned and keep watching, because we're going to be here for another few months in Armenia, and I hope to make many more videos. So take care everyone, be well, and I'll see you soon. Bye!